Okay, now the next thing we need to do is we need to add a domino. And the idea is that what we're going to do is we're going to make these dominoes tilt over by themselves. So to add an object, I'm going to go add mesh cube. So we can see another cube has appeared. Now, to move things around, I'm going to go into the top-down view, which is numpad 7, and I'm going to use, just tap G with this highlighted. It's highlighted. G, and that's G for grab. We're going to move it so to the bottom of the screen there. Zoom out. Really happy with that, and I'm going to now pan across and move in. G for grab again. There we go. I now want to make this domino shaped. So you can notice here down at the bottom Y and X, it tells you what the coordinates are and the directions you're looking at. So green is Y, red is X, and I'm looking down the top, so Z will be pointing back at me. So I'm going to scale on Y, S, Y, and now move my mouse and left click. I'm going to look at the side view. Now I want to make it narrower, so, or thinner, whichever way around. So on the X, so I go S for scale, X for that axis, and there we go. Now if you look, I have a domino. Okay. Now, I can press, I'm using num1 to look at it in that direction. I can do G for grab again, or I can left click on that blue arrow. If you don't see the blue arrow, by the way, it can vanish, and if that just says global there and you've got a little coordinate symbol, click on that and you can choose the arrow. That one, by the way, is for rotating, and that one is also another way of scaling. But I'm just going to left click on that arrow and bring it down. So it's just above the ground. There we go. That's my first domino. Right. One more thing we're going to do before we go any further is we are in game mode now, and these buttons have changed. I've got a little button here that represents a ball bouncing. If you can't see it, it may be off the screen. Watch, I just move the mouse to the edge, I drag across until I can see that button. I click on that button. With this highlighted, not with this highlighted, just the domino, I'm going to change it from static to rigid. I'm going to scroll down. You can use the wheel for that as well. And I'm just going to click, tick, collision bonds. At that point, I'm going to go file save. So I want you to do that now. So you are adding the cube, scaling to make a domino shape, moving it down. You're making sure you're in Blender Game. You're going to physics, and on the physics, you're changing a static to a rigid body and just ticking collision bonds. Do that now.